I represent South Los Angeles in the Assembly, and this particular issue about health impacts on our boys and men of color is really personal for me. When I've been raising two of my sons, one is a little older than the other, but while going through the school system there, I was told for both of my sons, ironically, and they're 10 years apart, that they were the term willfully defiant, and that they were a problem in school. And for me, I just felt that they were just strong black men who just spoke up for themselves all the time. And their recommendation to me was, one, if they didn't act a certain way, they would suspend them. And if they didn't act the way that they really wanted to, they would expel them. And they suggested to me that I should put them on Ritalin, for which I vehemently said no, which is a nice way of what I really said. But I can tell you, by being a father pushing back on using drugs in our community to deal with our young African-American males, knowing that I have a nephew who was put on Ritalin, and the outcomes weren't very good now that he's an adult, and we're working to turn that around. My son, who I first pushed back on, he recently graduated from Morehouse College with a degree in biology and math. And that's because he had a crazy father who stood up for him and would fight for him to ensure that we didn't let the system stigmatize him and not look at his health in totality the way that it should be, and that our boys and men of color are not a problem. In fact, they are the descendants of kings, and we should treat them that way, and we should honor them. The same behavior that they exhibit in schools, if their white counterparts did the same, they would be considered CEOs, generals of the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and be considered leaders in the community. And so we need to go ahead and really address the health consequences that are going on in our community, especially when it comes to PTSD. Our young people are probably experiencing higher rates of PTSD that's gone undiagnosed than people who have come back from Afghanistan and Iran and Iraq. And so this is very, very personal to me, and this is very, very important to me, and I'm so glad that the Assembly member from this area, Mr. Salas, has asked us to come here with me and my partner in this effort, Mr. Bonta, to address this, and hopefully you can give us some ideas that we can then take back to Sacramento. And as Mr. Bonta told you, be careful what you wish for, because if you tell us stuff, we'll actually work on it. So thank you.